Max Verstappen isn't dominating Formula One because of luck, destiny, or Red Bull building a spaceship on wheels. No, the truth is far stranger, far darker, and far more chaotic than anyone expected. Everyone keeps asking the same question. How does Max keep winning? How is he still cooking in 2025 like he's running a Michelin star kitchen? And why does he look more relaxed winning world championships than I look ordering food at KFC? Well, today we're going to talk about the dark secret Max Verstappen has been hiding in plain sight. The one thing that turned him into an unstoppable, unbreakable, borderline illegal final boss of Formula One. But before we reach the deep end, let's start with the obvious. Max is not normal. This man does not behave like a human being with responsibilities. While other drivers are doing yoga, press conferences, or pretending to be fashion models on Instagram, Max is sitting in a dark room at 4 a.m. shouting at strangers on iRacing. And that already tells you something is wrong. But here's the twist. That's not the dark secret. That's just the appetizer. Max Verstappen's real power comes from something much deeper. Obsession. Not normal obsession, not I like F1 obsession, but a level of obsession so intense it should honestly be classified as an Olympic sport. Max is addicted to speed on every platform known to mankind. Real cars, sim cars, GT3 cars, rally cars, drifting, endurance racing, MotoGP sims. If it has wheels, Max will try to drive it until it explodes. And the scary part? This obsession is exactly why he became unbeatable in 2025. Just listen to this. During the Saudi Arabia weekend in 2024, Max stayed up until 4 in the morning doing sim races, went to the track, casually took pole position, then went back to sim racing like nothing happened, and then won both the F1 race and the sim race the very next day. Meanwhile, I can't even function as a human if I sleep 20 minutes less than usual. But Max is out here winning races with a sleep schedule powered by demons and Red Bull sugar-free. His entire life has been one long training montage, except instead of inspirational music, it's engine noises and Dutch profanity. And this level of non-stop racing has given him something no other driver has. Real experience combined with fake experience, multiplied by obsession. Max basically practices racing 24 hours a day through different disciplines. And that fusion is his dark secret. He treats Formula One like it's not even his main job. F1 is the side quest. iRacing is the main storyline. Now let's talk GT3, because that's where Max showed the world a scary glimpse of what he's capable of. He secretly tested a Ferrari 296 GT3 under the fake name Franz Ehrmann to avoid attention. Yes, the four-time world champion went undercover like he was starring in Fast and Furious, Amsterdam Drift. Problem is, he ended up unofficially breaking the lap record. Then months later, in his GT3 debut, he overtakes on the grass in qualifying, starts P3, takes the lead within seconds, builds a gap so big NASA lost track of him, hands the car to his teammate, and wins the race by 25 seconds like he signed up for a tutorial mode lobby. And guess who finished second? A professional sim racer, because apparently Max decided to turn GT3 into his personal playground too. That's when people realized Max's dark secret is that he's training in so many different racing worlds that his brain has processed more driving scenarios than every driver on the grid combined. While Ferrari drivers are practicing smiling for their social media posts, Max is out here drifting on weekdays and destroying sim lobbies on weekends. But the dark part isn't just skill, it's mentality. Max drives like someone who never had a peaceful childhood. Which is true. The man was raised by Jos Verstappen, a man who has fight or flight energy even while standing still. Max grew up racing karts in minus 12 degrees, getting yelled at for finishing second, and surviving European karting wars where half the kids drove like GTA NPCs. So now when Max is under pressure, he doesn't crack. His brain just goes, oh cool, trauma mode, and he finds extra pace humans shouldn't have. Fernando Alonso focuses. Hamilton stays calm. Charles Leclerc hopes Ferrari doesn't sabotage him again. But Max enters angry toddler with God-tier talent mode, and suddenly he's 4/10ths faster than physics allows. Remember Monaco 2023? Down 2/10ths to Alonso, drives like he's trying to win custody of the racing line, takes pole by a millisecond. Japan, Miami, Silverstone, Saudi Arabia, 2025. Pole after pole, each one stolen like a thief in the night. And Monza, 2025. Norris takes provisional pole and Max yonks it back 2 seconds later like, that's cute, give me that. Even when things go wrong, Mexico 2025 lawn mowing turn 1. Max still ends up fighting for P2 until the ghost of Michael Massey sneezed in the steward's room. This man is unstoppable, even on his bad days. But if you want the true dark secret behind his 2025 dominance, it's that Max does not fear losing, because he doesn't even consider it an option. He is mentally incapable of accepting defeat. Drivers like Sainz, Russell and Lando get emotional, panic, overthink or lose confidence, and Max doesn't have that gear. His emotional range goes from annoyed to furious, but never broken. He doesn't collapse under pressure, he gets stronger. If the car fails, he blames the car. If the strategy fails, he blames the team. If a driver fights him too hard, he blames the driver. But he never blames himself. And that mentality, as toxic as it can sound, is exactly why he wins. Self-doubt doesn't live rent-free in Max's head. There's no room. The space is occupied by engine noises and lap 1 dive bomb calculations. Now enter McLaren in 2025, the biggest comedy show in motorsport. Max doesn't even need to fight them sometimes because they fight themselves. Every time Oscar overtakes Lando, the pit wall starts crying emotionally. Every time Lando loses time, they swap positions like babysitters managing toddlers. Meanwhile, Max is laughing mid-race like he's watching a sitcom. Their team orders create more chaos than Ferrari strategy, and Max benefits from every meltdown. And the funniest part, Max knows McLaren has the faster car sometimes, but he also knows their drivers won't be allowed to race each other freely. So he just sits back, watches them play emotionally safe driving, and then snatches pole anyway because trauma fuel gives him half a second for free. Finally, the biggest twist, while the rest of the grid tries to be celebrities, influencers, models, actors, brand ambassadors, and TikTok icons, Max is just being Max. He plays Minecraft, shouts at COD, rages at FIFA, slaps memes on his sim car, and lives like an unhinged teenager with a racing license. And that is the real reason he's unbeatable. Max Verstappen's dark secret isn't some evil plan, hidden tech, or conspiracy theory. It's simple, terrifying, and undeniable. Max loves racing more than anyone else loves anything in their entire lives. He trains more, races more, obsesses more, gets angrier, pushes harder, and never accepts losing as a possibility. Combine insane talent, childhood trauma, sim racing addiction, GT3 dominance, emotional immunity, overconfidence, rage, laughter at McLaren drama, and a brain wired for speed, and you get the unstoppable monster that dominated 2025. And that is Max Verstappen's true dark secret.